Wait, am I playing Riven 1997? Riven parentheses 1997? Riven or Riven? I'll just say I'm playing Riven. Okay, so I'm reusing, well, quite a few assets here from a previous Riven stream, probably from my review stream, I think. Um, but now I'm doing some filters to make it more cartoonish looking. Also, I added some. I might make the lantern a little more opaque. I don't know. Also, I'm let's see what the chat room looks like. I think I need to move some things around actually. The chat looks okay. Looks pretty legible so far. Move it just a little bit to. Should be okay. So, before we start playing, I just want to talk about a few things. So I believe this is the game, and of course I'm like really old. I mean, the fact that I'm talking about having played this game around the time when it originally came out, um, it should date me enough. But I remember, I think it, I don't know which store this might have been at. It might have been Hastings. I don't know. If that also dates me. Um, but I think I remember saying this like probably for the PlayStation One because I didn't actually own a PC yet at that time because there was a time where like that every household had a PC. Um, like my very first computer was a Commodore 64. So, and then that broke down, and there's a period where the best computer we had was a word processor, which is an entirely different thing. It's basically a computer that, like, I think the only game it actually had was Tetris, and that was like built in. So like, it basically just made for typing up documents. Um, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But this image was on the box, the cover of the game. And I think this is what drove me into the Myth series to begin with, was Riven. Because this image is just so iconic and so surreal and interesting that like it just like, hey, I want to try out this game. I'm pretty sure I may have rented it initially just to like be like, what the heck is up with this? Like what is this? What is this? Like it looks so cool. I have a mouse pad somewhere with this image on it. I wanted kind of wanted to bring it out to play this game, but it's probably buried somewhere. Um, I wanted to fire this game up from scratch so that you actually see the opening. Hopefully it'll show that. Here we go. Oh, look at the. That's cool. Got the star fissure. It's gonna take a while to load because we're. I think it might be because I'm. Well, it might be because I have a ton of stuff on the hard drive right now. Anyway, I should probably actually. Yeah, I can barely see the symbol. I'm gonna calibrate it for my main monitor, although it doesn't really matter for like streaming purposes because let's see here. Um, Motion blur off. Yeah, okay. We're gonna try Epic and then work our way down from there. Also, I think I mentioned this when I was reviewing the demo, but like there's a couple of reasons why I'm playing this with keyboard and mouse. Um, One is I actually have a setup now where I can comfortably play a game with a keyboard and mouse. That's like one thing. Um, but the other thing is like the thing that's maybe kind of ironic. I guess um, for me as a gamer who plays to some extent primarily on PC, um, but has traditionally been a console gamer and goes a little like it depends on how many mods there are. Really, it is I think like the main deciding factor. Um, but like for a lot of games, I prefer to play with a controller. But the one exception seems to be myth games, like point and click adventure games, keyboard mouse, FPS games, controller, Bethesda RPGs, controller, like any other genre, controller. Like even the genres that like everyone claims are like better with keyboard and mouse, like you know again FPS games, but Baldur's Gate free controller. Actually, that's kind of like a major preference thing because I do not like the experience. Like, even though like the interface for like Baldur's Gate 3 is technically better and more intuitive and allows you to do a lot more things a lot more quickly, I don't like having to like click on where I want my character to go and have them go there. I like to have the ability to just move my character around. Like, if there was an option in Baldur's Gate 3, and maybe that's changed, to like just use like the wasp to like move around my character um manually rather than have them click where I want them to go. Um, Also, forgive my. I'm probably gonna just turn delete motion off so that because my left arm goes kind of weird.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know, but I'm afraid there's no time to explain. Most of what you'll need to know is in here. And for reasons you will discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny, but it's actually a one-person prison. It's the only way to capture Gen.
Hey, gender equality there.
Here. Once you've freed Catherine, I'll come with a linking book. She'll know how to signal me. There's a very good chance, if all this goes well, that you'll be returned to the place that you came from. Until we meet again. Take care, my friend.
The only big problem I have with this is that it's a little weird that like he links out because like the whole idea, at least in the original game, is that he has to actively work on rewriting uh on kind of fixing Riven and keeping it stable long enough for us to finish what we need to do here. Whereas here, he's just like, I have some stuff to do on Mist Island and peace. Also, I kind of like the original intro where like he holds up the book and we just kind of pan into the book like that. And the loading screen kind of ruins the immersion a little bit too. But what you're gonna do? Like they're loading, or not even just loading one island. They're loading pretty much the entirety of Riven to one degree or other. So off an M2 SSD that is almost full. So I might have to like delete a few games just to like. I also bought the deluxe edition, and just because I'm a big fan, and also because I might need a walkthrough, like on the off chance. Oh, that actually was a little faster than last time.
타게마 레코와 타게마 수 레코와 이시라 이시라
The animation doesn't quite match the.
이시라 무티카 보고와 나이 보고와 나이 이시라 보고와 나이 보고와 나이
Actually, like the character models are pretty good. Okay, the sound effect was a lot better, I think, in the demo. Hey, it's a Dark Brotherhood assassin. I think it's done. Oh, there it is. Done. That may or may not have been a moiety person. Not sure if they could have gotten there that quickly. I mean, originally that just that's some shadow pop in there. Interface? Smart cursor visibility. Oh, we should put the dialect subtitles on. Cooler context subtitles. That's for sound context subtitles, which actually were great in Mist. Huh. Oh, there's the cursor option for that. Well, that's cool. You can do it like different skin tones. The white one actually would be closer to my actual skin tone. But let's. There's quick travel. Haptics are not really. That'd be one thing I actually would want to use a controller for, would be the haptics. This is like just solely here so we can actually look at the. There's a little bit of stuttering. Okay, we can. Or Cho. Alright. Oh yeah, there you go. There's at least one of the there's a couple of them actually. The little rifts in the ocean. Learn more about that later. We can see like steam coming out of them. No, can't go that way. Okay. Hmm. That's where we want to go. There's a button. There's Gen writing worlds. And it's the world being split in twain. There's the 5 guilds. There's Gen casting Atris. You can see a lot more of like what this is intended to be too. Hard to tell from a 2D image. It's like a little ball thing hanging in the middle. There's our first fire marble dome. so I think what we need to do is rotate this at least twice. Maybe more. No, I think this twice. Okay. Yep, there's an invisible wall keeping us from walking in. Which is a little dumb, but, like, you know, kind of break the puzzle if we could just sneak in. Well, that's, like, really... That's really nice. Like, if you don't, like, entirely understand what you're doing. Like, you could just look around and get a really good idea of where everything is. But there's still, like, limits you can't quite see. Okay, this isn't quite what we need, actually. Might need another 2 spins. Yeah. But I'm kind of cheating here, because I know, like, well, the general concept of this, plus where all the... I don't know. Like, we kind of know where there are rooms. Because, like, in the original, like, there would be... Like, there are peepholes, but I think they're, like, one-way peepholes. Like, most people holes actually are, I guess. So you couldn't actually see the other side, so you couldn't see, like, oh, there's something there. Like, there's someplace I want to go. Well, that's one of the bigger rifts there. Of course, I mentioned that in the original, you had to get underneath the door, but because it's designed for VR, that's a little trickier to do. Is there a crouch button? I mean, I guess you could kind of guess where this is going. A little bit. Huh. You're redirecting the steam to down here. I think you can, oh yeah, you can see the little thing down there. That opens the way to here. Okay, and we've got actually see the gate going up. Kind of neat. Does F5 quick save? Is there a quick save? That's cool. You can just go for a. There is no quick save. Huh. Just kind of. There you go. You can kind of cheese it a little bit there. There's no accommodation this time? Um. I think I missed something there. There's like a new combination system? Or is this like an actual puzzle? This is like, what have I even been looking at? Huh. Oh. How do we get out of here? Okay, and wait for it to stop spinning, I guess. Is it leading into an alternate dimension or something? Huh. Like it must be. It's like a TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside or something like that. Can we? There's a button here. I don't think there's a way to skip the animation here. Just a little. Yep, there's no. I don't know how it implement that anyway. Originally, this book was inside the dome, but at least I think it was. That'd be an entirely different book, but you can't actually. Supposedly there's a way to get up there that we could actually use. Huh. There's a button. Doesn't seem to do anything. And I can't push it anymore. Hmm. It's not important yet. I don't think. Well, there's sliders now. Huh. Okay, so this certificate is some of what we're supposed to be looking for on the scope. I forgot to like grab a notebook for. I have a scratch paper, I think. Not sure if the I use a Sharpie because I don't know where my pins are. That's a symbol for this island. I think the terms for the different islands are a little different depending on who you ask. This, I think, is the prison island. That we don't know about any yet. I could just put question mark, question mark, question mark down there, but what am I doing? Hey, there we go. Eh? Crater Island. Which is obviously, yeah. Or Boiler Island, depending on what you. I think from here, it's Crater Island. Like it's a crater. Like you can tell that it's a crater. What boiler? We can't see a boiler from here. Um, that's plateau. Or Survey Island, but again, we don't know that there's anything to survey on. So. Why did I put plateau? I'm not sure if I spelled that correctly. It might be plateau Radanicto. Um, that's Jungle Island. You can kind of see there's jungles. And there's like lots of trees. Lots of trees on it, so. We tried. Um, Redrawing the. Yeah, that's. Yeah, that's definitely how it's supposed to be. Okay. Okay, I actually drew the outer ring, and I should. Okay, time to go downstairs. Here's this spot that I originally thought was a dead end. Um, I can't really look higher than this. Kind of a shame. If we were in VR, we probably could look all the way up. This is a lever I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of like. There's got to be some kind of puzzle that involves this, but I have no idea because when it's raised, it just doesn't seem to really lead anywhere. But I doubt it's just there for flavor either. So. I tell you can really see the I wish I had an active chat so I could ask this as a question. But I don't think there's any reason not to pull the lever. I played the demo, so I know what happens. I mean, the thing is, like, in the original game, like we need to redirect to Steam to use this drawbridge. At least as far as I'm aware. Like, there's no way to actually utilize this shortcut back here without power going to it. So obviously Steam just escaping this way. So I guess my logic here is that the drawbridge is going to be useless to us either way. So did I do that? That's no good. Okay, I think we're done here. Unless we can find a way to get up there. That button just been pressed and cannot be pressed again. Well, there's a lever up there. I think. Huh. Originally, there was a lever over here that raises this drawbridge too. Take us up there. But now all we have is a lever that raises this drawbridge for some reason. Which, when raised, leads to thin air. So. Oh. Oh, there. There's the door we opened. There's the camera. That camera might have been in the original game. Probably. I just never really noticed it before. There we go. I'm gonna try something I didn't even think to do last time. I'm not sure if this is possible in the original Riven or not. So you can get actually cross on through to the other side. You notice this is kind of like bolted on. And there's what appears to be one of the pylons for the maglev, as it's called. We squeeze on through here. You see that the rail actually continues. Or continued. And there's the wreckage of what used to be a continuation of the Backup system. Not quite sure what this originally led to. It may have been the Prison Island, actually. That might make sense. Okay. Okay, let's go for a ride. Not quite as fun as I remember it being, but they've shortened it a little bit. What do you think we can get to at this side? I guess we can't actually turn it around, huh? I think we can. It just... Okay. Are we bugged? Okay. I didn't think we need to save right before we left. This is a very weird bug. Oh, there we go. Is it floating or something, or what? We actually do that everywhere now? Huh. So there's the Crater Island, I think. Plateau Island. Here's the jungle. Just fun and games. Oh, we can actually just go around, huh? Huh. So there's no frog-shaped silhouette here. Just water. Are we going to Celentic Age puzzles now? There was a... Huh. Interesting. Uh, a statue of a frog? Oh. Huh? Okay. That was weird. Never had the game stop to load up. Huh. That's a little different? Yes, the sound puzzles are completely gone. I kind of wish there was a version of this that had all the original puzzles intact, or like more of the original puzzles intact. I don't know. Because there were some really good puzzles in this game. Hmm. Well, that's a cheating. If I ever saw one. Okay. Let's use the screenshot thing here because I know I do it. Is that just the item I have now? No, it isn't. Oh, it is. Huh. I have a magnifying glass now. Ooh, flutterby's. Let's use the magnifying glass to stare directly into the sun. As God intended. Or Gen intended, I guess. In this case. Hmm. I haven't really looked at H's journal yet. They held for more than 30 years, but the corrections I made to Riven have finally failed. The island has assumed a familiar pattern of decay that is a hallmark of my father's work. I must now race to implement this new patch before it's too late. I only hope that my revised theories are sound. Revisions to Riven completed. There are still a number of minor adjustments that need to be made, but the basic corrections are in and should be working. Something's not right. I've been monitoring the instruments for several hours now, but they have thus far observed no change. It's possible I've made an error, though I've checked my entry against my pre-notation and can find no discrepancy. I haven't slept in nearly 3 days, so it may be that I'm just not seeing it. If the fault is with my foundational assumptions, however, perhaps after a short rest I will see something. Kapla! It appears that my repairs have been effective after all. The gateway image has become noticeably clearer, and although it's impossible to know this with absolute certainty, the island seems to have quieted itself. There's a few more weeks of work, and I should be free at last, to go there myself and attempt to bring Catherine back. The past 8 months have left me little time to devise a strategy for getting her out of there. There's been no sign from her in all this time. I only hope that... No, I must assume she's alright, lest my fears undermine my efforts. I did not create the Age of Ribbons. Unlike my father, I have never presumed to have such power. Yet, the future of all those who live there has fallen into my hands. So far, I have managed to read the page before it turns. The island continues to appear stable, and I would like to believe that I have saved a dying world, but the theories of one individual cannot support the lives of real people indefinitely. I must get everyone off of Riven as soon as possible. The problem now is Gen. I'll never be able to rescue Catherine and relocate the islanders if he is still the man he used to be. I haven't seen him in over 30 years, but given his history, I must assume that he is still a threat. His myopic mission to restore the dying civilization has left too many innocent cultures dying in his wake, a pattern that would no doubt continue were he to ever escape the confines of Riven. For more than 3 decades now, the universe has been safe from his corruptive influence because no one has been able to leave that ill-fated age. The last leaking book out of Riven having been lost in a star fissure upon my return to Mist. That was our intention, to maroon my father and Riven by removing all existing links to other worlds. and since the libraries containing the vast and intricate knowledge needed to construct linking books remained largely confined to the ruins of Dunny, he would be trapped there for the remainder of his lifetime and effectively segregated from the countless other worlds that he would have invaded. This is what I achieved, but the way it fell was no one's ideal. And although the sting of it has gradually faded over the years, the deep pain of the responsibility for what actually came to pass has never left me. At the time, it all seemed so clear. Gan's destructive path could not be allowed to continue, but it was never my wish that the innocent inhabitants of Riven who had already suffered so much would be the ones to have to pay for it. But enough. To dwell in the past is die in the present. The situation is not the same as it was then. The knowledge I've acquired since that time has yet to be factored into the equation. I think I have a solution for rescuing Catherine. Why it did not occur to me sooner, I do not know. Unless the thought had been pushed out of my memory with the memory of my sons. Prison book. Many years ago, during a hunting expedition for the ruins of Dunny, I chanced upon a formula for a most unusual type of book. Unfortunately, as my father was then in the habit of confiscating my discoveries, I had to leave it behind. Years later, however, as part of my efforts to protect the vulnerable worlds linked to the books in my library, I was pleased to find I could still recall most of the formula, and with a little experimentation, quickly succeeded in creating one of those devices myself. The procedure is actually quite simple. Notice he has the bracketed here. But altering key lines of text, but slightly, a normal linking book's connection can be partially severed, such that anyone who attempts to use the book will be permanently trapped in the dark void of the link, unless someone else then uses the book, at which point that person becomes trapped, and the first person is placed back into the world. The technique can be applied to books that have already been written, changes to the text being so slightly that anyone who is unfamiliar with the code will be unable to detect them. My father is indeed unchanged. What better bait could there be than a book that appeared to be a link back here to Dunny? Trouble. My nightly analysis of the island's condition has revealed that the tremors have started again. The pattern, however, is new. The disturbances are the result of the changes I have made. This did not, at first, concern me. Tremors of this type were one of the possible side effects I had anticipated during the initial phase of the island's readjustment. But in order to verify my assumption, I recalculated, incorporating the new data. The results were not what I had expected. The damage to the understructure is more extensive than I realized. I can no longer go to Riven as planned. Catherine, forgive me. I must act while I have the time. The signs are as yet barely visible, but there is no question that the island's deterioration is accelerating. Total collapse is imminent unless I can keep ahead of it, and that is becoming increasingly difficult to do. With every passing moment, I gain a clear picture of the incredible chaos that my father's shortcuts have yielded, but it's a dismaying process. The complexity of the problem is overwhelming. There is no good end to this. The last few days have convinced me that the collapse of Riven is inevitable, and that at best I can only strive to delay it in hope that at some point the island will become stable enough to risk a rescue attempt. I think I've come up with a way to subdue the tremors. It will require my exclusive attention for at least a month or two, so it may be necessary to discontinue these journal entries for a while. Something truly miraculous has happened. Beyond all conceivable probability, someone has found my lost missed linking book and freed me from this prison. I immediately realized that this could be the solution to my dilemma, and I believe my mysterious benefactor is willing to assist me. The logistics of such a scheme are formidable, but the fact that it may now be possible for me to continue my repairs to Riven while also proceeding with my original intent to find Catherine has renewed my hopes. The last few days have left me little time to work out the remaining problems of sending someone else to Riven. It did occur to me, however, that if a way could be found to signal me once Gen had been captured, it would no longer be necessary to take a real linking book to Riven and thereby risk the possibility of inadvertently freeing him. The deteriorated state of the Ellie. No. No. The deteriorated state of the gateway image would seem to make the use of a visual signal impossible, yet the picture remains a reliable indicator of Riven's condition nonetheless. By measuring and interpreting variations in the noise patterns, I am still able to observe basic changes that occur in the age, even though I cannot see them. The problem is that my instruments can only detect changes that occur at a fundamental level, and it seems unlikely that an individual will be able to affect such an elementary change from within an age. The idea may be foolish. Still, there is a known weakness that may be worth investigating. An unstable anomaly that appears as a rift between the two separate realms of star pressure. But how this feature might be exploited, I cannot say. Studying someone's ribbon also means that once signaled, I will have to leave my writing in order to take a real linking book there myself. Provided my father is safely out of the way, this should take little time, assuming the island does not incur any serious damage during my absence. I should then be able to return to Kavir, hold together long enough for Catherine to evacuate the remaining islanders. Predetermining a specific signal may simply be impossible. Ellie? What have I told you at the court? Please? I don't know what it is you want, but you can't have it right now. Okay. Predetermining a specific signal may simply be impossible, but I'm afraid there can only be one answer to the question of whether or not I should send my friend to Riven with a way out. The potential for success will be greatly increased, and the possibility of disaster greatly diminished. This prison book is all that is taken there. My father is no doubt expecting me to bring a linking book to Riven. May he not be disappointed. Huh. Paint is gone? Or is the paint only visible? Oh, the paint's only visible with this. Huh. Hmm. Makes me curious. Hmm. There's a lot of The lactites are also painted, huh? Is this something I need to look at from a particular direction? Huh. There should be like a hotkey to just bring the... I don't really see anything. I still don't know what the wheel does. I see a bunch of faces in there, but no particular silhouette. Maybe a beetle? Huh. Another wheel. Same. Color's glow. Maybe that's what the paint's made from? That's what I'm guessing. It's just like a bit of flavor. Just doesn't really make any sound. Huh. I'm guessing the pattern that it's in is the clue. That's where the... This is the camera that follows me. Not sure why it would follow me while I'm up here, but... that doesn't have the... We have the hole in water there. Not at any of the other stops. Hmm. Not sure if there's any significance to that, or... Huh. Okay. I'm not sure we're gonna have a puzzle that involves the sound that they make, but... I imagine there must be some significance to it, especially since they respawn. Because the original game is that you don't move until... they stop moving. Otherwise, they just peace out, but here they just peace out when you get too close as well, so... Huh. There's a lot of moths. There's one last path. Right, there is? I don't know how screenshots are going to really help me when I have no idea where any of these actually are. The moths are also either another component of the paint or what? They're just supposed to signify that they're significant. I know the tunnels. Oh, the tunnel's down here. If we want to go down to the boiler slash crater island, I think that's how we do it. We're gonna look around here a bit longer. Well, the beetle's still here. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm already zoomed in. I should have looked at it for the Oh, there's giant dagger still there. Can I actually go down to the dagger this time? Hmm. Oh, we can. Okay. Oh, dagger's actually like going through the rock. Hmm. This is certainly new. This one for missing Yep. Someone stole the wheel. Oh, there's nothing. Oh, that one I can actually see. That's a center. Well, it glows when we're near it, I think. Yeah. This way looks more interesting. But there's the alert tower. What, Ellie? Round. Round indeed. Sound effects a little different. What the hell? Why are you doing that? Okay, it just takes me back here. Maybe the symbol was a moth symbol for this one. Oh, there's some pop in there. Or are all the moths actually forming the picture? Huh. Like they're using some kind of pheromone. Go this space. Giant work statue. Oh, there's the fire marble. Fire marble though. Can we actually open it? from this side like we could in the original game? I don't think we can, actually. Unless they moved it. I mean, that was like pixel hunting, really, to find the switch, but... But the original is like a neat little Easter egg that like you could either stumble upon or... No, I don't think there's a way to open it from this side. So wonder, is Star Expanse still working and doing like a a faithful remake of original, or is this all we're getting? Ooh, nice caustic lighting there. You see the kid playing by the water this time? Hmm. That's interesting. But we can't even go there. So we don't have anywhere to go but Crater Island now, I guess? What's the point of it? It's basically a dead end now. Ellie? No. There's a ton of pop in here. Oh, okay. And okay. My avatar can't lean, so I can't even lean my head for some reason. Oh, because my camera's not pointing in the correct direction. Ah, now I'm gone. Ah! Just inexplicable without bowing, no. Um. What the? No, I think it might take a little while to load. No, okay. Just Alt Tab here and what is my mouth doing? Maybe I need to stop doing. No, that doesn't do anything either. Why am I disabled the. I'm like really just. Ah! 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 Help me! Help me! What's going on? Ah! Well, now I can. Okay, fine. I'm fine. I'm totally not possessed by a demon or anything. We're fine here. How are you? Now I need to figure out how to get back to the. There you go. Here we are. Ah. I can kind of lean a little bit. It still looks weird. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't do that. That goes to up there. You probably want to move it to. Doesn't seem changed too much. Doesn't seem to do anything yet. Okay, that it's a little extra visual indicator there. It doesn't seem to do anything either. Huh. That drains the water. Doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, there's still a red light, so it's still too hot in there. So our only solution is to take off all our clothes, obviously. Huh. And raise that thing. I don't see any... The red light's still on there. Yes, that raises and lowers it. Hmm. Yeah, we still have to like go a little over here to see whether that the light's still red. Oh. Okay, that's now it's no longer boiling. There we go. I think we may have just solved it. Yep. Well, now there's two. There's still a little grate we can look up. Nearly as dark as in the original. It's a good thing. We actually look down and see the Fire Marble Dome. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now we got a shortcut. Oh, that is good. That is... Like, you see what's happening there. Because in the original, like, this is kind of a devious puzzle in the original, because you can't really see that there's... Because, like, yeah, this opens up another passage. But you can't really tell that that's what's happening. But here, like, the fact that they're, like, circular, and you can kind of see, as you open and shut it, you can kind of see that there's something back there. Yeah, it's definitely a market improvement. Remember hearing that, like, in the Starry Expanse project, that this is, like, this area had to be a little bit of a cheat, because it doesn't spatially make sense within the actual island. Well, that's the same design, too. Not that we really need to, but... So the crater island is the shut vertically, I think. I want to test my... Nope. Nope, if I get it. Yep. Hypothesis proven. We're not gonna go inside, we're just gonna... Huh. It would be kind of cool here. Would be if they actually had like a commentary mode. It probably would like unlock until you like played it the first time, but... Hmm. Oh, this is... Okay, we can't go down there? Why not? We need to drain the water or what? I don't care about getting my feet wet. I need to get power. Is that a new sound? New bit of music there? It might be. Yep, locked. Oh, there's our shortcut that we can't take anymore. Like I said, I don't think there's any way we could ever have taken it because the power that will lower the bridge just caused the bridge to collapse. So that's the little roller coaster thing. Nope, that's just decoration. Okay. There you go. Oh, what's that? A discarded boiler? Oh, I'm in zoomed in mode apparently already. Maybe I should. should be able to use that button now. So, Conical the Stranger does not like getting their feet wet. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Huh. Huh. Okay. Hmm. This might be the first part where I need a hint. I need to lower it again. There is a wheel inside. Okay. Didn't notice that before. Oh, that's the wheel we used to get in here in the first place. Okay. Huh. Oh. Ah. I know that sound. Not sure what this is for. But just... There's a Ytram. Or Etram, or whatever the heck they're supposed to be pronounced. Maybe this is where we put the... Nope. Okay. Oh. Ah. Geode. Ah. Huh. This thing isn't doing anything. Hmm. Strike force compensations. Power marble, power marble. So that's 5. I only know 5. That might be 1 or 2. I wanted to get to the classroom first before I could. Oh, there's this thing. What's 1, 2, 3? Oh. Okay. That's 5. I think. Unless it's supposed to be 0. This might be actually 5. It's like... Wait, it is 5. Okay. Okay, that does do something. Okay. So. Yeah, so the further along it is, the more. This goes from 1 to. Wait, 1. It goes up to 25. The counterintuitive aspect of fire marbles that a greater strike force does not always yield the maximum energy output never ceases to amaze me. Optimal strike force base value scratched out. Huh. And these are all corresponding to the different islands, I think. So Temple Island would be that. Prison Island, yeah, that's. I imagine. Well, I know what I have access to the information, but I'll probably figure it out now. I'm pretty sure the numbers are probably the same, just because studying numerals have always been part of the canon anyway. But I'll figure it out on my own. Let's see here. Island we're on is this symbol. And then Jungle Island is 5. Is we already know that because that symbol is everywhere. Down here. Let's price the dates. I've been cataloging the natural elements of this age for many years now, yet I still continue to find evidence of a number 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that it held a place of special significance in the Dunny society, from the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble houses of the commoners. It was ubiquitous to presence here. Its presence here, okay, is clearly a direct reflection of the minds that offered the texts I used to compose this age. Further proof that through their art, the Dunny masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely forging links to pre-existing worlds. While all of my ages have been based on Dunny designs, I see now that the ones most vested with the power of fire are also the most beautiful, most perfect, and undoubtedly the most structurally sound. The power of 5, not fire. I still yet to determine how the Dunny color symbology reflects the superior design principle. While ostensibly a 6-color system, I am convinced that there must be some deeper connection to the number 5. I'll continue to investigate. The Etram. I might say Etram? I don't know. They don't actually say the words out loud. This is why they need to go like Myst 4 and have... I think it was Myst 4 that introduced it, where they actually read the... I'm probably gonna call it Etram. That sounds... Anyway. They have been particularly fruitful this year. Apparently the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are also experiencing a generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Such vexing issues aside, the unexpected windfall has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract for my pipe, one that is smoother than any other in recent memory. I have reluctantly decided to suspend my inquiries into the unusual behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters that now demand my attention. For future reference, however, my investigations have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a microbe that resides within it. I am imagining a multi-unicellular organism, but one with a structure that allows it to manipulate bits of water, and the aggregate effect of which is that the composite body of water is able to deform itself in response to threatening conditions. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat, a period of extended boiling, for example, seems to kill them off, which would explain the dramatic aversion to even moderate rises in temperature. There is still much to learn, however, regarding the particular phenomenon and its possible uses. Destruction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. Remarkable how easy it was to adapt the Dunny technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. The two cultures must surely have crossed paths at some point in their histories. It may even be that Keta was a direct descendant of a Dunny. How else to explain the redemptive depth of our connection? But that's all pointless now. Maintenance of the steam vent caps completed. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of the system. Another example of the superiority of Dunny technology. Ironic that Atris and Catherine's meddling provided me with a such a convenient source of power. Unwillingly? I'm certain now that the fissure was an unexpected byproduct of the changes they wrote into this age as part of their machinations to trap me here. And the Atrus never intended for the book to be lost among the stars in the process. Better that a leaking book be destroyed than risk it falling into unknown hands. Had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they surely would have sought another solution. As the ensuing cataclysm may have consumed the entire world, had I not managed to intervene. Catherine would never have knowingly taken such a risk, and surely my son, given his own death, vertebrae? Had only meant for Riven only meant for Riven to become my prison and not my tomb. I'm discontinuing regular observations of the expanse beneath the fissure. I have tracked the stars and have proven that the other paths are cyclical. Without proper instrumentation, there is nothing more I can learn. My theory, however, remains unaltered. The fabric of this age was breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete yet overlapping spaces. Yet the attendant paradoxes defy the laws of conventional physics. The great column of wind that formed when the rift first appeared suggests a vacuum as one might expect in space, yet my early experiments seem to confirm the presence of a breathable atmosphere. The Atrus momentarily threw himself into that void, further evidence that I might possibly be safe to venture into, but without knowing its true nature, I simply cannot take the risk. It's also difficult to say what would happen were I to reopen the fissure now, but it is highly probable that the results would be disastrous. Also kind of ironic that spoilers, that actually would have been his way out. And it isn't really a spoiler. Well, it is kind of, but not exactly. Like, it doesn't really pertain to this game in particular. My hopes have been dashed again. The latest ink formulations have proven to be yet another in a long list of failures. Frustrating to spend so much effort constructing a linking book only to end up destroying it when it refuses to function. Too often has this lab grown uncomfortably warm in the flames of those never-ending disappointments. Without my reference library back in Dunny, a properly orthodox linking book may simply be beyond my means, but I simply cannot burn another book. There must be another way. Pens of Fate. Late last night, while pondering these interminable setbacks, I went to light my pipe. The fire marble got away from me, however, and something across the gateway image of the open book before me. The consequence of this had not been repeatable. I would not have, if the consequence of this had not been repeatable, I would have not believed my eyes, as the marble left a faint yet definite trail of increased clarity in its wake. I'm sorry, Ellie. The change did not last long, but it was unmistakable. If I could find a way to boost the energy output of my fire marbles, it might be possible to suppress the variance enough to facilitate a stable link. But how? A special anomaly occurred yesterday, about 5 spans above the north shore of the Temple Island. A breach of stars seemingly identical to one beneath the fissure. It began as a small cloud-like hole, which then commenced to expand in random surges. With some effort, I was finally able to contain it with runic plates similar to the ones I devised for the fissure. I believe it will hold, but the appearance of a new rift is troubling, and yet it has also left me with the most uncanny feeling that something fundamental has shifted in my favor. I believe it may be time to give this inexplicable mystery a second look. I have erected a small dome, a pressurized airlock mounted upon the contained breach. This has allowed me to safely conduct tentative forays into the expanse without subjecting Riven to further invasion and the destruction that would certainly attend it. It is bafflingly improbable space, yet surprisingly more accommodating than my initial observations had led me to believe. Breathing is indeed possible within it, yet I cannot say that it is respiration as I am used to it. Rather, as nonsensical as it's going to sound, it feels at times as if the expanse was breathing me, and in the process imbuing me with a sense of endless possibility. At last breakthrough I was hoping for. After my first full day of experiments in the expanse, I was astonished to discover that the fire marbles in my coat pocket had come to fluoresce. A quick strike that confirmed that their energy levels had increased significantly, and their change has lasted longer than I would have thought possible. In a clear act of divine providence, the expanse has given me the final piece of the puzzle, an apparently boundless energy source that should be more than sufficient to rectify my linking books. Or, well, I guess, whatever. But I must work quickly. 2 more breaches have occurred in the interim, each one more aggressive and difficult to contain than the last. Time, I fear, is running out. Breach is now number 5, a sure sign that I am on the right path. I've connected the domes on each of them via a nexus of pathways within the expanse. It will also serve as an inter-island shortcut as I continue my work on my enhanced fire marble complex. The loss of 2 more men yesterday made it clear that the full spectrum of energy is too great for even my finest fire marbles to contain. So I decided to break it up into 5 discrete frequency ranges, which will later be recombined for application to the book. I have installed 5 charging stations in the expanse, each one calibrated to imbue a blank fire marble with a separate band of total energy needed. A pneumatic tube system will then convey the changed marbles to the Great Gold Dome in Riven for recombination. Freedom is nearly within my grasp. The problem of how to return to Riven has been settled. Reckon has proven his usefulness over the years, at times nearly rivaling my own engineering prowess. He and his team will have the honor of being the first to link to the new age and bring with them the necessary materials to build a vastly simplified version of the book apparatus, which I have personally designed. If they do not return within a reasonable amount of time, I will revise my design and send additional men until they get it right. Should they founder, however, I am prepared to sacrifice every last man in Bomb Riven to continue the effort. This cannot fail. At long last, a viable loop has been established. After an eternity of toil and sacrifice, I am an unconscionable presumption of the ages I might have fathered. I have finally linked to a new age. It is a bleak and barren world, perfectly suited for my purposes, but closely comparing the real with the written, I believe I will soon be able to create a more appropriate age from which to relaunch my mission. For now, however, I will move my office and living quarters to that, so that I may safely continue my endeavors without distraction. Although it is but a stepping stone, whatever number it is an utter triumph to think that I have accomplished it in a matter of years under surely adverse conditions what I took my stunning ancestors centuries to achieve. I caught one of my assistants fumbling through this journal today. Will certainly never do it again, but I'm glad I chose to write this in a language that people cannot decipher. Now it's time I reviewed security measures with each guild master. No problems expected from the builders, maintainers, and surveyors, but the bookmakers and educators may need a bit more motivation. More reports of spirit sightings. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or black moiety, as the villagers stubbornly insist on calling them, on referring to them, excuse me, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics, renewing their campaign to intimidate the weak-minded into joining them by preying upon their cultural superstitions. I suppose I should be concerned by this, but it strikes me as almost laughable. If the rebels wish to dilute their ranks with dimwits, and who am I to stop them? Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. The metal contains elements that are unlike anything I have encountered on islands. It appears the rebels have access to a resource that I am unaware of, perhaps a mine or an uncharted island. Most of these knives have been found on the south side of the village, the same region that reports of people mysteriously disappearing have emanated from. I think a close inspection of the area is warranted. The fact that the rebels deliberately leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence is concerning. They're growing bolder, as if they no longer fear discovery of their hideout. Recent measurements indicate that the movement of the aliens has slowed dramatically. The previous estimates predicted a total collapse in approximately 3 months, but with the new figures, I am no longer certain. I have nearly finished writing the next age, and have every confidence it will be a safe place to relocate to, but it would still be useful to know what has caused the sudden halt in Riven's breakup. Is it possible that age is stable after all? If so, I must discover how it differs from this one, which has already shown troubling signs of decay. The further tests are needed, and yet there's something about this that gives me pause. Could it be that someone is attempting to repair the damage to the Fifth Age at its source? I cannot help but think that the hand of Atrus is behind us somehow. There's the moth. Rivenese maybe, or Dunny. Not sure if that's Dunny. Probably is Dunny, but a flower. Or a lotus flower, I guess, maybe. There's a bunch of seashells. Presumably from the seashore. Dunny numerals, I believe. Yeah, that's definitely Dunny. That's definitely the Dunny script. I'm not sure. This does not look like Dunny's script. Although underneath it looks like Dunny's script. Okay. You zoom into it, but then I can't read the whole thing. Last week, one of my acolytes caught a rebel sniffing around the cemetery totem in the jungle. In keeping with the general ineptitude of my men, the dog was allowed to escape. But at least the fool had the presence of mind to bring me the object in question. It's a primitive eyepiece onto which the native members has been set. Given the fact that their accumulated numeric system requires you to know which way the symbol has been rotated in order to read it. However, there is no way to make sense of it. It is probably an overestimation of the moiety's intelligence to expect that there may be some greater meaning behind it. But tomorrow I shall send a surveyor out to inspect the other totems, just to be safe. Oh, it's clipping of the... Um... We'll have to, like, actually visualize what... that symbol significant? No idea. That's probably the book press. That's the station that takes Survey Island. Or Plateau Island. What's... That's the way that we could have gone, but I think... Didn't we already run into that? Huh. Yeah. Oh yeah, we already... Oh yeah, we already went this way, didn't we? I gotta wait for it to close. Let's just... curiosity's sake, see what, if anything, is on the side. Now, if I just another view of the various islands. This is a pretty good view, actually. You can like see the Temple Island, jungle, plateau, and of course crater, and then just the fifth one is just somewhere. Okay. We got. Wait. Huh. Disappointingly short. I'm too busy looking at my at delete motion. Yep, this is just the loading thing, I guess. It happens on some islands. I'm guessing it's must. Hope they fix this if it's some kind of glitch. Yep, it just. Okay, there we go. This is the area where we're meant to spin it around. It is cool and a market improvement that we can actually. Do that regardless. Huh. Oh, wait, no? Okay. We still have the, I think we still have the little islands? Maybe? It looks like it. Huh. What? Okay, the music just stopped. Oh, is this like a... There we go. Hmm. The fire marble dome is in here. Oh, no, this is. Okay, there it is. Although the actual survey room isn't here. Huh. You know that the Star Expanse project was experimenting with ways to recreate the Okay, maybe. Okay, let's. Huh. Oh, okay. I could slide them around. It's a sliding puzzle then? Hmm. How will we know which? Ah, aha. Hmm. Ah, there we go. I'm sure what the purpose of the other thing is then. Oh, so it's actually is it actually combining everything? Yeah, it's a relief map. So instead of using the water effect, it just uses the relief map effect. Is this like just straight up showing what the solution is? You just have to kind of, besides the colors of the marbles, obviously. So cool. I mean, I kind of prefer the effect of the water. This one is completely broken. Hmm. Yep, there's the broken. You can tell what the symbol is, though. It's just getting the timing correctly is impossible. Unless you just do it completely by luck. Yep, but I mean, you can still kind of do it by sight. Kind of guesstimate. Not sure what this does, though. Hmm. There's the elevator chamber. I'm probably calling it a night soon. Bye! Have fun storming the castle! Like, storming the temple? Oh. Where's the other iconic thing? Huh. We had to be further down. Like, realistically speaking, but it could be on that side. Is it just someplace else entirely? Or chase after the priest? Maybe we'll do that tomorrow, actually. Well, actually, are like they're Temple Island, Jungle Island. It's Boiler Island, run Trader Island. Anyway, there are a bunch of things you can do. Many of which will take just a few seconds of your time. You can like, you can comment, you can subscribe, you can follow if you're on Twitch. You can subscribe to our YouTube or our Twitch. You can go back and forth and there's numerous ways you can help support the channel, including a Patreon, which is down here. But of course, all of that is completely up to you. And regards, I thank you very much for watching. Until next time, peace.